Hello, welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you here. Um, Today I'm going to talk about a personal issue, or maybe it's not a personal issue. It's a uh, big issue, probably all over the internet. Um, I was watching a channel I subscribe to, a video on that, and part of the video was the creator, who I will not name and will not promote. That was what he wanted. It's not going to happen. But he talked about, them getting rid of pennies and the cost to create pennies. Which he was a little off with the numbers, but I wasn't thinking about that. And then he went on to other things. Scientists all lying, and Neil deGrasse Tyson often misleading. Everybody's lying or whatever. Which I listened to, and okay, but so as I sometimes do, I responded and wrote um, an expansion on what he was talking about pennies, and I said the truth is the real truth. The real reason we no longer need pennies is because their time has passed, not just economically but historically. People carried coins before paper money existed. Um, every transaction was relied on metal. But today you can't buy anything for a penny, or even a few. The rituals of coin currency, penny candy, penny slots, penny tips, public bathrooms used to be penny. Um, Penny tips, not 25% tips, are gone. The only reason pennies persist is to support outdated pricing tricks like $1.99. It's time to let go. The penny has served its purpose. Now it's just noise in the register. And here's the kicker. It costs nearly 4 cents to produce a single penny. According to the U.S. Mint, each 1 cent coin cost 3.69 cents to manufacture in 2025, factoring in materials, labor, distribution. That's a net loss of over 85 million last year alone, and nearly 3 billion pennies minted. On nearly 3 billion pennies minted. Even its scrap metal value doesn't offset that cost at all, meaning the penny is a fiscal drain, not a recyclable asset. Now, I just really am not quite sure why, but he replied with, he wrote back, think I said that. Hence why I said it. But I was pretty sure the first comment you made on my channel, you were testing the water to see if you could call me a liar. The truth is, the real reason you are here is to call me a liar. Huh? So, what a defensive misread that is. I mean, it's a false attribution of motive, likely triggered by his own insecurities or past experience with hostile commoners. But instead of engaging my actual words, he projected a narrative onto me, one that doesn't match my tone, history, or intent. That kind of response, I'd forgotten this, but that kind of response, which isn't as uncommon as it might sound, comes from creators who feel vulnerable or misunderstood, but instead of seeking the clarity of it, they preemptively strike. It's not about me. It's about his own unresolved tension with audience feedback. Or he didn't like to be upstaged. Or maybe thought I was upstaging him by detailing that part of his video. Or perhaps he's just been isolated so long, he's talking to himself and whatever. But a lot of people do that when they set their minds on something. They think they're open-minded, they think they're educated, and they may be educated or experienced in life, but then they get in this box. They don't want engagement, they just want to have their say. The problem with this is, when you get on somebody's channel and you like and you comment, people take the time to like and comment. It helps surface that video to a wider audience. The more likes and comments, the more the video gets promoted, basically. And that's what I do sometimes. I go to other people's channels, people I subscribe to, and I don't make dumb little comments like, yeah, great, boom, that's it. I don't do that. I actually think I'm adding some value. I'm also trying to engage with people, build a conversation, create a mutual whatever. I don't expect them to, because I subscribe to them, I don't expect them to subscribe to me. And this channel is a off-grid house kind of thing, which I don't live off-grid. And I responded back to him and said, I was just expanding a little on the penny issue, not contradicting you, just adding context. My first comment on your channel was simply, wonderful video, you're living it, and I have, to honor that, subscribed. My second comment shared that I don't plan to live off-grid, but enjoy hearing from people who do. So that's out of my experience. I only interact with people who do exactly what I do and what I do, what's the point? Because I'm already doing it. I also mentioned my own creative rhythm as a creator, not to compare against his, but just to connect. And my third comment was a lighthearted note about learning that the W in 10W30 stands for winter. I didn't know that before. I thought it meant wait or something. So anyway, I continued with my tone. Nothing in my tone or content was hostile, accusatory, or baiting. I was showing up as a viewer, a fellow creator, and a civic participant. If that's not how it landed, I'm sorry, but that was the intent. If you'd rather I not engage, I'll respect that, but I didn't show up to call people liars. I show up to listen, learn, and sometimes share. Commenting on and liking a video helps it surface more. I thought we were, if not on the same page, at least in the same book. I guess I was wrong. Sorry for the bother. Now, that seems a bit passive. People who know me know that I can be a little bit harsher than that. But it's really just, I forgot that rule, that golden rule of the internet. People can seem like nice, normal people, rational, reasonable people, and then flip a switch and they're off. Well, there was this, I think, a video or game reviewer, player, whatever. You know how people play games and comment on that. But this is one of the most popular ones, apparently. This creator, and he talks about new games or whatever. And he got, whenever someone would question him or contradict his opinion on it, he went nuts on him all of a sudden. I mean, it's like turning a switch. And he would call them names and ban them from the channel and tell them they were stupid and don't comment, things you don't understand, all this stuff. And he went from one of the biggest subscriber bases to almost nothing in a very short amount of time. When you start throwing out this hostility at people for no rational reason, and there are people that just want to have their say, and they appear to be, I want engagement, I like this and this, but I should have read the tone from some of his videos where he was disgruntled about how YouTube is going, and his channel wasn't growing, even though he had 88,000 subscribers, many more than me. But he was getting a lot and a lot, and he loved it when it happened, but then he's got all the problems with this little house, small house, whatever it was. I love when they say we live off the grid, but they're on the internet showing us they're off the grid, but they're on the internet grid. Isn't that funny? So that took me by surprise. He seemed like a nice, intelligent, reasonable man. But apparently misread my intention. And he certainly lost a subscriber for that. It's unfortunate, and it took me aback for a moment, but it didn't really cut me very deep because I've been on the internet since before the internet was the internet, and I've lived through this kind of thing over and over. But then we get comfortable, and we go in and we start engaging people, and we get comfortable and casual, and we talk and we think. They'll appreciate the conversation or the enlightenment or the clarification, when it turns out all they wanted to do was have their say. You listen to it, agree with it, or, oh no, you're here to call me a liar. Anyway, that was my disappointing day with the fellow creator on YouTube. But I've lived through this before, and it won't bother me at all. I mean, it bothered me for about a minute and a half. And then I decided to make a video and not tell anyone whose channel it was, because some people will bait you into creating a video about them. And they hope that that video about them, you complaining about them or whatever, will go viral, get them more subscribers. So you never know. I know those tricks. I don't play them. I'm too intelligent for that. And so I'm even tempered. I could be a bit of a you know what. Anyway, thanks for visiting my channel. And I'll see you again at another time.